You're looking to immigrate but not sure where. There's so many choices, and today we'll compare Canada, Spain, and Portugal as top destinations for residency and permanent immigration. We will compare the key investment programs for applicants from overseas and let you know which ones are faster, which ones are super slow, and how much you should invest and the chances of getting approved so you can make an informed decision to move yourself and your family. Hello, my name is Reza and I work with the immigration team, helping applicants to move to the top destination countries. Whether it's for yourself, your kids, or your business, or all of the above, we do make it happen. Let me make this clear, I'm not an actual full-time YouTuber, but I work hands-on with our licensed team, working on actual applications and communicating with the immigration departments and overseas embassies on a daily basis on behalf of our clients. These videos are made for the purpose of sharing our hands-on immigration knowledge with our worldwide audience. And if you're thinking about immigrating, at Ingwe, we break down the barriers between countries so you can study, work, and invest in the destination of your choice. We are licensed and we help applicants just like yourself and your family. Let's compare Canada, Spain, and Portugal. After we're done the comparison today, you will be able to make an informed decision on your future immigration and residency plans. And if you're a citizen from a Spanish-speaking country in South or Central America, many of the criteria we'll discuss today about Spain will not apply to you, as you will have fast-track access under different programs, which also have different eligibility criteria for former Spanish colonies. Let's look at the main spoken languages. Of course, Canada is the only English-speaking country on our list today. It is a bilingual country allowing you to speak both English and French. Although Portugal and Spain are very popular destinations for expats, dealing with government organizations there still requires you to communicate in their own language. Certain cities in Spain are predominantly English, such as Marbella and Lisbon in Portugal. But at the end of the day, Canada is the only majority English-speaking country on our list with a French minority. And of course, Portuguese for Portugal and Spanish and Catalan for Spain, depending on which region of Spain you plan to move to. Let's look at the eligibility for most of the investment immigration programs for these countries. Here's where you will see the big difference between these three countries in terms of eligibility for the fast-track business immigration programs. It's education, language, work experience, and travel history. Specifically in Canada, if you're from a country which requires a visa and you do not have travel history, the chances of getting an approval for temporary residency, such as an investor work permit, are low. If you plan to apply for business immigration program in Canada and you do not have documented work experience, such as senior management or business ownership, then the chances are also very low. As well, the size and financial status of the company you own is also important for the Canadian immigration. If you have not completed a post-secondary degree or to convert to a permanent residency in Canada without any language ability, it's difficult and sometimes almost impossible. You cannot obtain any temporary or permanent status in Canada through passive investment or real estate. However, in Portugal and Spain, you can buy a permanent residency or apply for a temporary residency with absolutely no language ability. You do not necessarily need to have travel history if you're purchasing a property. Education and previous work experience are not mandatory for either Portugal or Spain. They both allow applicants to obtain residency either through property purchase, startup applications, or passive income streams from overseas. It's not very complicated for these two countries to obtain residency. Let's look at the speed of processing of these three countries. If you don't know yet, you should be aware that Canada has one of the slowest immigration programs in the world right now. Portugal has slowed down significantly in trying to reduce the number of applicants under its own programs. Right now, Spain is the fastest and most consistent processing amongst these three countries as of November 2022. What's the likelihood of application approval? Going back to point number 2 of our video today, if you're from a high refusal region and if you don't have any travel history to Europe, UK, US, Canada, Australia, or New Zealand, and no previous documented business ownership or senior management experience, then your chances of obtaining a Canadian investor work permit is very low. If you have none of the above, but you can buy a property in Spain or Portugal as per the minimum values for the Golden Visa program, you can be guaranteed a permanent residency as long as you're not on some international high-risk security list. Will your future born children in these countries receive automatic citizenship? In Canada, your future born children inside the country automatically receive citizenship no matter where the parents are from. In Spain, your newborn child, if born inside the country, will be eligible for citizenship if they reside in Spain for a minimum of 1 year before the age of 18, no matter where their parents are from, as long as the child is born inside Spain. In Portugal, unless you're a Portuguese citizen, your newborn child will not be eligible for citizenship unless they reside in the country legally for at least 5 years. How much do you need to invest to receive a residency or temporary status in these countries? In Canada, your investment amounts can start from $125,000 and go up to even $250,000 or more Canadian dollars, depending on the program that you plan to apply under for business immigration. In Spain, the Golden Visa starts at 500,000 euros, and in Portugal, it started at 280,000, but is now in the process of changing and may be revised for 2023. Both in Spain and Portugal, you have the option to apply for passive residency programs, which require zero investment, but requires documented proof of your income streams. Being employed on salary does not count. Is there free education for your children in these countries? Yes. All 3 countries offer free education for your children in elementary and high school if you, as the parent, have legal temporary status inside the country. However, as you may already know, if you require English education for your children in Portugal or Spain, you need to apply and pay for private schools. Are you, your spouse, or partner allowed to work while you're inside the country as a temporary resident? In Canada, if you have a valid investor work permit, your partner and spouse can become eligible to apply for an open work permit. In Spain or Portugal, you're allowed a work visa if you're on a permanent residency program and not a temporary residency program, which also applies to your spouse or partner. How long will it take you to receive permanent residency in these countries? In Canada, for most applicants, the process can take anywhere from 2 to 3 years for business immigration programs to obtain a permanent residency. All the work permits can be anywhere from 4 to 6 months. It is very slow. In Spain, a permanent residency can literally take maximum 3 months through the Golden Visa, and the same for a temporary residence. In Portugal, it's previously been the same as Spain, but now the processing times have increased drastically as the government is overflown with applications and is planning changes to the Portuguese Golden Visa as of the recent announcements in late 2022. Passive income residency programs have taken more than 9 months in Portugal, and the Golden Visa permanent residency program is also longer than Spain, but still much quicker than Canada. How long will it take you to receive your passport and citizenship for these countries? In Portugal, it will require 5 years residency to become eligible for citizenship. In Spain, it will require 10 years residency, although you only need to be inside Spain 6 out of 12 months for each year. In Canada, you need to reside as a permanent resident for at least 3 out of 5 years to become eligible for citizenship, although this does not have to be continuous, with an option to receive half a day's credit for each day you resided as a temporary resident inside Canada, with a maximum of 1 year credit allowance towards your citizenship eligibility. What are the citizenship requirements for these 3 countries? In Portugal, you need to complete a Portuguese language exam. Otherwise, you cannot become a citizen after 5 years. In Spain, you need to complete a multiple choice cultural exam, which is in Spanish. In Canada, you need to submit proof of language in either French or English, unless you have completed post-secondary education in this specific language, and you can be exempted from this if you're considered a minor or senior. There's also a Canadian history exam, which is multiple choice of 20 questions, that is also mandatory unless you're between the ages of 18 to 54. What about medical insurance and coverage for these 3 countries? In Canada, the entire medical program is public and very little private healthcare is available. It's good because it's low cost, and it's bad because it's a low number of doctors and medical specialists available. Therefore, long wait time. In Spain, you have both private and public healthcare. In Portugal, it's similar to Spain. Between Spain and Portugal, Spain has much more advanced healthcare coverage and facilities, even in some cases better than Canada due to the private healthcare industry. So where do you want to move to? Let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts on which country would be your top choice. If you're thinking about immigrating through investment or business, you're at the right place. I can guarantee you only one point. You will know what to expect, the entire process clearly laid out for you, all the risks identified, and where we can provide you 100% support as our client. No surprises, just results. Our team speaks over 8 languages and we have applicants from over 47 different countries, which we help with their immigration process. Click the link below this video and get a free email assessment. At Immigrate, we're experts at the startup visa program and we can guide you throughout the entire process. If you already know what you want and your timeline is clear and you're ready to apply, you can also book a one-on-one consultation with me or with any of my licensed co-workers using the consultation link in the description of this video. And of course, who can forget, we have a live stream every Thursday on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at 11 a.m. North America Eastern Time, where we answer all of your immigration questions for free on the spot every week. Take care.